Hello, everyone. It's Temple from The Conscious Woman. Where in the world has Temple been? Where have I been, right? Well, I can tell you that I've been through a lot in the last couple years, but just recently, in the last year, I moved from Vancouver, Washington to Seaside, Oregon, and I had no idea that I was coming here. I just knew that I had really prayed for a change. I wanted to get out of my two-bedroom apartment on the second floor, and I just felt claustrophobic where I was. I needed a change. I wanted to open up and have a home and have some space. The things that I was working with in my life at that point had really just kind of they'd just come to a head. They weren't working anymore. I needed a complete revamp, and God over delivered. Let me tell you, over delivered. I was offered a way to move to Seaside, and I didn't even know. I just said yes before I even really knew where I was going. And I rented a house sight unseen. I didn't know what the house looked like. I didn't know anything. I just knew that I felt that God was directing me and that I was in the flow and I was being protected and provided for. So I just stepped into it, and it turned out to be just an incredible blessing on my life. Incredible blessing. I have this beautiful beach cottage that's 3 blocks from the beach, 3 blocks from downtown. I have this beautiful sunroom that you can see me in right here that overlooks this gorgeous little yard with birds that come in all day, and herbs in the yard and roses and more than I could have even asked for. You know, when I was saying I want to change, I had a vision in my mind of what I wanted, but I was just really putting out there that I wanted change. And the brilliant part is that God knew the rest. God knew my heart. God knew where I was going to be of best use and be able to recover the things that I needed to recover. So here I am now in Seaside, Oregon. I absolutely love it here. It has been a very challenging the last couple years. My husband had been struggling with bipolar disorder. He had been untreated for several years, and we went through really, I can't even tell you the words of how difficult that was and the challenge of that. If you want to say I've been through hell, then yeah, that would be an accurate statement. But the point is, we did go through it. We did get through it. And now we're in a place that I can get back to me. I can get back to what I do best, which is working the conscious woman and supporting people in recovering their own relationships. And number one, using my very, gracious that I received this gift of intuition that God gives me, and I want to put it to use by helping you communicate the things that are causing issues in your relationships. So whether it's with your marriage or whether it's with your family or maybe it's just within yourself that you're not able to find that peace, that energy that is disrupting the flow of your life and bringing things to a halt, you know? So I'm revamped and rebooted, and I'm launching new products right now. So please keep an eye out for them. One will be a 12-week series or an 8-week series called Restore the Relationship. And in there, we will do a weekly check-in with couples on the tools that they need to be able to effectively communicate what's going on inside of them, what's keeping them from having the peace that they need personally and as a couple. Okay. Now, I've lived with a bipolar, so I can tell you what, I know all about confrontation. I know all about it. And I've had every button pushed that you could possibly think of. And there were many times in the marriage where we were just bleeding out. We were just bleeding out emotion and pain and agony. And we didn't think that we were going to make it to the other side. But, however, Spirit stepped in, God stepped in, because I asked for support in a spiritual way, not just mentally, because my mind has limited thinking. My spirit has infinite thinking. That we were able to stop the bleeding and gain control of the situation to where we now are able to communicate in a peaceful way and to live peacefully together, even after the majority of everybody I knew had abandoned me or told me to give up. I don't work that way. I listen to my source only. Only. And that's what I have to offer you. I listen to source. That's where my communication comes from. That's where my guidance and intuition comes from. So what comes out of my mouth is translated through Temple's knowledge, but really a lot of the stuff I say, it doesn't even have to do with me. It has to do with what God's put in me for you. You understand? And I had to do the same thing for myself. So I had to stop listening to my own brain. I had to stop listening to everyone's opinions and just simply align with source only. And I committed to only making a move when God gave me a move to make. And by doing that, it was painful, but it got me in alignment and back in the flow of my life. And it manifested incredible blessings like this house and this town and new people and, and a recovering marriage. I mean, nobody thought that we would be here, really, even me. So I am here, ready to go, ready to offer the conscious woman in a whole new level. Miracles will happen. Incredible things will manifest. But most of all, I'm here for you to translate those emotions that are just going ping, 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 ping in your relationship that are just causing you to bleed out. It's just draining your life and draining your marriage. So that is my second offer that I'm going to be putting out there. It's going to be called Stop the Bleeding, which means we are going to talk about how to just cool down the confrontation. You know, instead of all 10 of your buttons being pushed, maybe only one will get pushed as we learn these new tools on how to cool down the confrontation, how to have quick recoveries from an argument, and really to get to the energy of what it is that's causing the argument in the first place. And it was probably something that was much less mature than what you thought was actually happening. And you might think it's because they aren't doing something or they're not hearing you, but really it's that little person inside of you that's just saying, I need some attention, right? So we don't know. We don't know until we start diving in to see what are those little pieces of energy that are sabotaging the peace in our relationships. Okay, so here we are, templesworld.org. You can go to my website and you'll find my offers on there. I'm going to be doing a live stream for Stop the Bleeding, and Restore the Relationship will be an ongoing series. So you'll get to have me online and through your email or on the phone and one-on-one. Feel free to message me on Facebook at The Conscious Woman if you have questions. But you'll be seeing a lot of me. I probably won't have all my makeup on like I do now. Many times I'm walking the beach for the day and it's a ponytail and it's maybe, some chapstick. But you know what? This is my new life and I love it and I'm living it. And I really want to help the world have the same peace that I'm able to achieve now through the practice of just seeing it as energy and just seeing how you're affecting the world, how the world is affecting you, getting conscious about those questions, asking the right questions to make real change, real conscious change, and getting that peaceful relationship that you've been yearning for, your heart's desires. All right, I love you. Please message me. I can't wait to hear from you all and to see you soon. God bless.